Hi guys, welcome back to Spelling and Word Study. My name is Mrs. Rhoades and I'm here to get you started on Unit 2, Short I. So let's take a second, make sure you have all your materials. You should have your blue book open to page 17. You will also need some colorful writing utensils, crayons, markers, colored pencils, whatever you can find at home. You're gonna see me marking up my board with whiteboard markers. Whatever I do on this board, you should be doing on your page. Please also find some space on the page, or you could grab a sticky note where you can start a key. Just like a key unlocks a door to your house or car, this key is going to unlock all of our color coding. It's going to explain what all of the different colors and shapes represent. Remember that if I go too fast, you can feel free to pause the lesson at any time. All right, so like I said, this week we're working on short I. Last week we learned about short A in 2-syllable words with stressed and unstressed syllables. I introduced the concept of the schwa, that lazy sound. We're going to see all of that again today, but this time we're going to have 2-syllable words with short I. So please repeat after me, and as you do, listen for that short I sound. Here we go. Chicken, children, distant, instant, limit, linen, liquid, mitten, pilgrim, prison, ribbon, skillet, timid, visit, and wisdom. All right, I'm sure you heard that that short I sound over and over again. So just like last week, we're going to start by taking our bigger words and breaking them into smaller chunks called syllables. So choose a color, and the word chicken has 2 syllables. We're going to slice it right after the K. Not between the C and the K, because that's a digraph. They work together to make one sound. So we have chick-en, children after the L, distant after the S, instant after the N, limit after the M, linen after the N, liquid. Ooh, that's a tricky one. We don't want to slice up our Q and our U. So I'm going to do it right there. I don't know if that's correct, to be honest. Mitten between the double T's, pilgrim after the L, prison after the S, ribbon between the double B's. Remember, usually if there's a double consonant, we're going to slice between them. Skillet between the double L's, timid after the M, visit after the S, and wisdom between the S and the D. On your key, please note that a vertical line represents or equals a syllable break. Okay. There's a few reasons we broke our words into syllables. Now it makes them easier to spell, easier to read, and it makes it easier for us to notice patterns. One thing we notice is that in each of these words, there is a stressed and an unstressed syllable. A stressed syllable is the part of the word that you say a little bit louder and a little bit stronger. So for instance, this first word is chicken. It's not chicken, it's chicken. The first syllable is stressed. So I'm going to put a little check above that to remind myself that that part gets said a little bit louder and a little more powerfully. Same thing with children, distant, instant, limit. Are you noticing a pattern? This week, all of our words have a stressed first syllable. Linen, liquid, mitten, pilgrim, prison, ribbon, skillet, timid, visit, wisdom. That's not how it is in our whole language. Some words have a stressed first syllable, some have a stressed second syllable. This week I selected all words that have a stressed first syllable. So in our key, green check equals stressed syllable. Now what's nice about a stressed syllable is it sounds the way it's spelled. So if you look at these chunks, chick, chill, dis, in, lim, those are like first grade chunks. Those are easy for you to spell. Those are also called closed syllables because they all end with a short vowel followed by a consonant. You guys are going to have no problem spelling those chunks this week. The tricky part comes with your unstressed syllable. And what makes it tricky is the unstressed syllable. Often we have a lazy tongue when we pronounce it, which means all of those vowel sounds kind of mush into one big sound. And we call that sound the schwa. We talked about this a little bit last week. Now the tricky thing about a schwa is that it can be represented by lots of different vowels or vowel combinations. So let me show you. Let's choose another color. And we're going to go through and we're going to circle any vowels that make an sound, such as the E in chicken, the E in children, the A in distant, the A in instant, the I in limit. Notice different vowels all making that schwa sound. Same thing with the E in linen, the I in liquid, the E in mitten, the I in pilgrim, the O in prison and ribbon, the E in skillet, the I in timid, the I in visit, and the O in wisdom. So all of these, I should probably flip this around, all of these are vowels that make the schwa sound, that sound. So this is where you're really going to have to focus your energy this week. And my tip for you, even though you know this word is pronounced chicken, when you're spelling it, I want you to think chick-en, children, distant. Really stress that in your mind to help yourself know which vowel you should use. Okay? My other tip for you is to just read a lot, because the more you read, the more you recognize the correct spelling of a word, and things just don't look right when the wrong vowel is placed in there. All right, I want to draw your attention to one more thing here on our list. Look at the word pilgrim. Notice that it starts with an uppercase P. That's the author's way of, not the author, the list writer's way of letting us know that pilgrim is being used as a proper noun. Remember, a proper noun is the specific name of a person, a place, a brand, a store, a day of the week, right? So this word is referring to a specific group of people known as the Pilgrims. If you think back to your American history and your Thanksgiving story, that's what they called some of the people who came over to America looking for religious freedom. In fact, any person who travels looking for following their religion or heading to a religious spot can be called a pilgrim, but that would be a lowercase p. So this refers to a specific group of people who were known as the Pilgrims. All right, I also want to draw your attention to one more thing, and that is the prefix in. Okay, so I'm going to circle this. and I'm going to write prefix. And I'm going to remind you that a prefix is a chunk that's added to the beginning of a word that gives us some information about the word's meaning. So you're already familiar with some common prefixes like miss, which means wrong, or re, which means again, or un, which means not. In this case, in means inside. Like if something's instant, it happens in the moment. Later in this unit, though, you're going to find out that the prefix in also has a second meaning. It can mean not. So when you get to page 21, you will practice adding the prefix in to a bunch of words to change their meaning. Like you change complete to incomplete, expensive to inexpensive. So you're going to work on the prefix in meaning not. Just keep in mind that also it can mean in sometimes. All right, quickly, let's talk about the meanings of our words. Pretty sure you know what a chicken is and children. Distant means far away. Okay, so you can think about what you're going to do in your distant future when you're all grown up. You can also talk about something that's happening far away, so off in the distance. Instant, I already explained, means right away, in the moment. Limit, if you limit the amount of sugar in your diet or you limit your amount of screen time, you try to control how much of something you have, right? Just like a speed limit controls how fast you're going. An age limit controls the age of people who are participating in an activity. Linen is cloth, a type of cloth. So, for instance, in your house, you might have a linen closet, and maybe that's where your parents keep linens, things like tablecloths or cloth napkins or bed sheets and blankets, hand towels, bath towels. Those would all be things that you would find in a linen closet. Liquid, I think you know it's something that you can pour. We have solids, gases, and liquids, 3 different types of materials. A mitten, something you put on your hand, right, to keep you warm when you play in the snow. We talked about pilgrims. Prison, that would be like a jail, a place people go when they're charged with a crime. A ribbon is like a little piece of cloth. A girl might tie ribbons in her hair, or there might be ribbons on her dress. Could also be like a blue ribbon, something you win in a contest. A skillet is another word for a pan. It's a type of frying pan. If somebody's timid, that means they're shy, right? They might speak in a very soft voice. They might be nervous about raising their hand. They are timid. Visit, I think you know. And wisdom, that's a noun, and it means that you're wise. It means that you show smart behaviors. Usually we think about wisdom as a type of intelligence or smartness that comes with age and experience. So your grandparents probably possess wisdom. They are very wise because of all their life lessons that they've learned. All right, you are now ready to start Unit 2. Good luck, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.